Hello, it's McFluffy52, and it's that time of the week again. It is Standard Event Saturday. You pick it, I play it. You tell me what decks you want to see in a Standard Event, and I go ahead and give it a whirl. If you're unfamiliar with Standard Events, you either pay 2,500 gold or 375 gems, and you keep playing until you hit 3 losses. And according to the number of wins you get a certain payout. Really, you want to hit 3 wins to go even or slightly above, because you get 200 gems in a pack, and a pack is worth 200 gems in the store, so that's 400 gems of value, so you go slightly above. Generally, you want to spend gold so you can stockpile your gems to get the Mastery Pass or spend on things that can only be purchased with gems. So today, the deck we are playing is Boros Burn. I picked the deck list using Untapped. Well, I got requests for Boros Burn, Gruul Delirium, and Mono Black Discard. And I kind of wanted to play Boros Burn, so I checked out lists that are playing Bolt Wave or filtering Bronze to Mythic, 100 games at least. And the highest list is what we're playing here. I've already played some games of ranked with it, and it hasn't gone the best, but we'll hope that it goes smoother in the actual standard event here. Alright, here goes nothing. Subscribe to not miss out on future videos, and if you're interested in these Standard Event Saturdays, there will be a playlist in the description of all of the ones that we've done so far. Let me know what deck you want to see next week. We go first, 1 mountain. Is this a 1 land, 1 keep? We have 3 1-drops, one of them being a Swiftspear. Going first is really good. We are playing 20 lands. Is it bad that I want to keep it? Like, if we find... Well, we don't have the white source for the Lightning Helix, so we have like 2 dead cards in hand. But if we draw a land... yeah, we'll give it a whirl. We're going first anyways. Let's hope that, that'll be enough. Opponent... The opponent, a... Goblin deck. The only reason I could think of them playing Beamtown Beatstick is to Gleeful Demolition it. Okay, pirates, so they do care about artifacts. That makes sense. We can shock Captain Leonary Storm before it grows and then attack in. We could have checked if the opponent wanted to block, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. Alright, finally we hit a land, so we can lightning strike their blocker and then swing in. Yeah, Boros Burn is pretty silly pile of cards, but I think I kind of like Boros. Well, I think Boros Burn is a bit more interesting than kind of Boros decks that are currently prevalent, just because I think the fact that you opponent could double block the Swiftspear, but then we get in for 3. Which I think we're okay with trading. But I like this strategy is appealing in the sense that we don't need creatures, or we're less dependent on having creatures to target with like monstrous rage and stuff like that, because the opponent being able to interact with our creatures can then be pretty problematic. This is a pretty favored matchup in the sense that the opponent's playing Izzet, and Izzet has pretty much 0 life gain, and so we should be able to just whittle away their life total here. Though they do have Surge Injure, which they can sacrifice to gain life here.
Think swift like a Felidar.
If we get a untapped land, we can just win. Or okay, well, it was a good game, opponent. Oops. Forgot they have a Planeswalker. You can't just slam attack. Opponent has 1 mana open. They could bounce it back to their hand. Okay, they're just gonna take it. Now they can't gain life anymore, and we just burn them out and win the game. GG. 1-0. Oh, the 3 magical words. You go in first. We have 2 lands this time. Surely that makes it better. We'll see. We got 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3. We have 13 damage in hand. Plus, you know, a little bit of Monastery Swiftspear action. Uh-oh. What is the opponent up to? Whoops. Oopsies. We missed out on 1 damage. I think we'll just hold up like Lightning Helix or something. Druid of the Cow. Okay. Damage their face. Next turn we can Lightning Helix their blocker and then Bolt Wave at the same time. Because it's a mana dork and it don't have mana up. You generally want to cast your spells before you attack. I messed up by not playing anything turn 2 when we attacked in with Swiftspear because we missed out 1 damage. We have them down to 9. We have 7 damage in hand. Can the opponent play a blocker? Okay, it looks like the opponent's on the green Elves, which I'm so sorry, opponent. That has reach, so it does actually have to go. We go down 1 damage because we have to send it at their creature that's blockable, or like that can block. But since it has reach, it stops our Slickshot Show-Off, which is what we're trying to make work here. Okay. Do we hold off running this in? I think we just wait a turn. Because we could, like, run out the Slickshot, shock them in the face, but now we know we can double spell and get the maximum pump from the Slickshot and just win. Not gonna matter because we will shock your face. And then we could give it double strike if we wanted to, the flyer, but we'll just Boros Charm their face for 4. And that's going to be lethal. 2-0. All right, those are 3 words. That's the wrong first word. It's supposed to say you right there, and 3 lands, but we do have a burn land. I don't think it matters that much. If it's gonna work out, it's gonna work out. Oh no, that is a card that we did not want to see. Authority of the Consuls. The opponent plans to try and gain life. Creatures your opponent's control enter tapped. That turns off all of our hasters. And whenever a creature in opponent control enters, you gain 1 life. Yeah, that is not great. We want to get to 4 mana and have like Screaming Nemesis and a Burst Lightning. So we can target the Screaming Nemesis with the Burst Lightning and shut off our opponent's life gain. No, I don't think the opponent's going to gain any life if we don't draw into any creatures, so we'll just dome you for 4. Because that is our one way of stopping the opponent from gaining life. Opponent probably is playing Lightning Helix as well, though. So this is just going to be Battle of the Wills. Who can finish the race first? We have 12 damage in hand, so we need to top deck some more damage. We'll just Helix ya. If we need to, we could go for like the forge tokens, but we're going face. Face is the place. If you run out the Slickshot, it does gain them 1 life, but next turn we might be able to do some things with it. Alternative is we take them down to top decking another Lightning Strike or Helix or Boros Charm from winning. And we have the 4th land, so if we get a burst, I think we go burn spells. We give up on the Slickshot and hope the opponent doesn't have any Helixes. If we get them into lethal range, what we can do is we can wait until they try and cast like a Helix or something like that, potentially. So that in response to them trying to gain life, we can just kill them. This will take them down to 6, so we just need like a burst lightning off the top. Yeah, there you go. Helix. We're gonna go back up. That is a problem. Boros Charm. We would have had lethal. We would have had lethal if they didn't have that Helix. Alright, do we play out the Slickshot? I think we should actually do it because we can protect it if we really want to, but it just means we're not at the mercy of top decking the perfect burn spell next turn. Because we have 7 damage in hand. Taking 7. Fall. Okay. Yeah, that's a little annoying, but I guess we can... I don't know if it matters what we do here. Hold Boros Charm. Helix, or holding up Lightning Strike means we could potentially with one of their creatures. We're dead next turn. We just need to top deck a burn spell. And that is not it. Yeah, that's... We're gonna die to the forge tokens and they can just animate their creature. Well, could have held that on to try and stay alive, but we are dead. 2 and 1. Okay. We have a 3-lander hand. That's not encouraging, but we do have Swiftspear Show-Off. If the opponent has removal, it gets a little annoying. The Slickshot Show-Off presents like some interesting decisions in terms of, do you just run it out or do you plot it? Which I think gives me a lot of opportunity to make the wrong decision, I think. Okay. One's got a Swiftspear. Are they going to hold back their Swiftspear? Crazy. Okay, so we're gonna try and get them to get their Swiftspear to die by attacking in. If they go to block, we can Lightning Strike their face, and then our Swiftspear should kill their Swiftspear. And I don't think that's a bad use of mana. Our deck has more reach without creatures, assuming the opponent's not playing as many burn spells as we are. We're literally playing 20 spells that just deal straight damage to the face. I hope that is okay. We have a lot of lands, so we might be able to kick some burst lightnings. Spend 4 to get 4 damage instead of, or 4 more to get 4 damage instead of 2. Emberheart Challenger, that is not really what we want to see. The opponent and that land is not what we want to see. I think we run this out and just hit. And we save this burst lightning to kick, I think, to some degree with the way things are going right now. Opponent has Bloodfell Caves. Holy. They gained a life. Here in Bane Splitter is going to be +2, +0, and to trigger on the Challenger. They have a Slickshot that they can't cast, which is nice, but we're probably about to take a bunch of damage. Abraded how? Okay, this is just like you drew 6 lands in the top 10 in a 20 land deck. And that's it's just gonna be how Magic goes sometimes. I think we have to kill their Scamp. Because otherwise, I think if they have the right spells, we just die. Well, Abraded Bluffs, yeah. Burst Lightning the Scamp. Go in for 5. They can ping us down to 12, and they can swing in for 4. Alright, well. We're at the mercy of the top decks and whatever the opponent has in their hand. Let's hope it's just as many mountains and swamps as we have. Because, my goodness. It's not like I don't think it's that crazy to draw 6 in the top 10, but it is certainly not likely considering the deck is 1/3 lands and we drew 60% lands in the top 10, which is like roughly 2/3. 2/3 of our draws were lands. Opponent thinking about defense with Screaming Nemesis, I guess. Opponent, if we top like a Screaming Nemesis, we should probably put ours on defense. Oh my goodness, well, yeah. Yeah. Sure. Drawing the right cards in the right order. It's proving to be a little difficult here. We need the opponent not to have Monstrous Rage. If they don't have Monstrous Rage, they can't really attack past our Screaming Nemesis very well. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I mean, we block the Challenger with the Nemesis, almost certainly, and hope they don't have Trample. And then do we block the Nemesis with Swiftspear? I mean, we don't have any... We do have life gain, actually, but... This is going to be at least 3 damage back to their face, which is okay. If they have 2 spells, it could be 2, like, Lightning Strike and a Shock, and that would win. If we block, that would bring us down to, let's say 7 life, and then if they have... They would need... They could have Fling. Alright, I think we block. I don't know. This is just a bit of a cooked match. I'm just too afraid of dying if they have the right spells, which maybe I shouldn't. I think probably it's wrong to be blocking the Nemesis with the Swiftspear here, but Blazing Crescendo. Oh. Okay, that will live, so they could fling it at our face if they have the fling card, but it looks like the opponent's digging, so they might not have it. They may have just killed themselves to the Nemesis. That is unfortunate. Yeah, this Screaming Nemesis card is probably like one of the most pushed red aggro cards in the past year. Turns off life gain. He's a great defender, great attacker. And then ours goes on the stack first, and we kill them. GG, opponent. That was interesting. 3-1. Alright. Opponent goes first. Again, not words we want to see. You've got a useless Boros Charm in our hand. We need to hit one of our 10 white lands. Or dual lands, really. And then Swiftspears are okay. We can Swiftspear turn 1 into, but they're worse on... Oh. Oh boy. Sea Chrome Coast and Pass is concerning. Last zone, that's pretty good in the sense that they can blow up all our 1-drops if they get to it. Do we hold on to a Swiftspear? I think we just run out the Swiftspear, get in the damage while we can. They could just temporary lockdown next turn and we say bye to our Swiftspears, but it's okay. Opponent could counterspell this Burst Lightning, but we still get the prowess triggers. Get lost. Dispersal. Okay, so it's probably Omniscience combo. Are we going to be able to finish them off fast enough? Omniscience combo or the Eye Reanimator, Oculus, Azorius Oculus. Those are like the 2 decks that care about playing a Forest Dispersal since they can put cards in their graveyard with the Surveil. Like they're struggling on land drops. I'm feeling pretty good about the matchup right now, though. If they are, oh, that's not good. That is an indicator that they might be playing Omniscience Reanimator, but they're missing a land drop, so we're happy right now. Probably could turn off auto order triggers with this deck, but have most of the Boros Burn decks are playing the 1-mana Lizard from Bloomburrow. The top list, though, from Untapped is playing Ghitu Lavarunner. I don't think it really matters all that much. I like the Lavarunner because it has haste and it's not a rare, and I don't actually have all of the what are they called? Let's see, hired claws that you're supposed to have. Boros Charm you and maybe win. Opponent probably has like Counterspell, a Nefaris Dispersal, anything. Not on my watch. Exile. So they take 8. So they're down to 1. Alright. Opponent missing land drops really saved us here. And then they're playing a deck with some... maybe it's okay interaction if you can get the combo, but they also did not find the Omniscience. 4-1. Alright, we go first. We like that, but this hand is a little concerning in the sense that it's creature dependent and we have a lot of lands. We don't have the white source for Boros Charm, but I don't like mulliganing, so so I'm not going to. I'm not going to use the Bolt Wave until we get the prowess trigger, I don't think. I'll probably plot the Slickshot Show-Off. Scavenger, okay, that is concerning. Okay, in that case, opponent's Esper Pixie. We could make us start discarding. Do we want to get rid of the Scavenger? The Scavenger can do a lot of damage, though we might want to just hold out for shooting down one of their birds, because they could have the Fear of Isolation or the Pixies. Those are both flyers. The Pixies we can shoot down with Burst Lightning. We don't have any removal that could deal with the Fear of Isolation. I think we're just going to plot. Also just sets up for playing it and then casting both these if we really want. Probably will go in with the Screaming Nemesis, but we really need to also hold up interaction for if they have Shelter by Ghost. Like, because Shelter by Ghost can absolutely ruin you. So, Hopeless Nightmare, yeah. I feel that. Ah, because they had second. Okay. That is very nice. I'm not going to have anything to interact with a Sheltered by Ghost, though, if I go for the Lightning Strike here. Do we just hold up interaction? The only problem is we can't interact with the Hopeless Nightmare, and they're probably going to bounce it and replay it. But we just get completely blown out by Sheltered by Ghost. We need to set up a Screaming Nemesis plus Burst Lightning, I think, in that case. So I think Oh, man. Do we really just pass the turn and try and get them on playing down Sheltered by Ghosts? I've gotten blown out by Sheltered by... It's just such a ridiculous card into red matchups. We can do this. We can play this Bolt Wave, attack in, hold up Lightning Strike. Sorry, it took a while to think there. It's just... If they Shelter by Ghost, you just pretty much auto lose the game. It is brutal, to say the least. Opponent might not be playing it, but... Alright, we will get rid of the Scavenger and just hope they don't have Sheltered by Ghost. I'm just gonna choose to believe that they don't have it. And they have nowhere to run, to flash in, to protect it. Oh. Should have just killed it on our turn. And that's game. Alright, well. It was a fun run. Not really, but what the heck, man? I hate this deck. I refuse to play it as well. So disgusting. Do they have removal for the Nemesis? Otherwise we can hold on for a bit. I will block. And kill the Scavenger, I guess. I mean, they have this town ain't big enough, so they can just save it. Alright, well. Just top deck 2 burn spells and 1. Oh, Burst Lightning. Burst Lightning. They pain land themselves. We can win. We can win. Just top deck Burst Lightning. Well, no, Burst Lightning won't do it. We need Boros Charm, and we can win. No. It was so close. I saw the red and white, and I was like, we got this. Well, opponent. Let's see if they activate their pain land. Come on. Use the pain land. Use it. Not going to. We go down to 4, but up to 7, and they go down to 1. Is the opponent going to throw the game away? Or do they have a Hopeless Nightmare, or a way to bounce their Hopeless Nightmare? Wow. Why did the opponent... I mean, if I get this win, I'm going to take it. I know... I would have just conceded, but... If the opponent wants to give me a win, hey, I'll take it. What the heck? Alright, we're 5-1. Alright, well, hopefully that game makes up for me punting the game at the end of last week's Saturday, or Standard Event Saturday. You go first. This hand's, I guess, playable. We can play everything in our hand, and it does lots of damage. And we go first, so maybe things will work out. Hold up Shock. These cards deal 2 damage to any target. 2 damage, kick it for 4. It's one of these is just better than the other. Alright, I think we get rid of the Scavenger. And then we don't need to interact with them too heavily after that. Huh. So I could play a Burst Lightning and swing in with a Lavarunner. I think I'm actually going to do that. Because we get 2 damage out of our Lavarunner, so it's like another shock. Because we get haste since we have 2 instant or sorceries in our graveyard. So, it did its job. Though it's going to be painful to discard a spell that does 2 damage. Maybe it would have been better to hold on to those. Okay, the opponent... What? Why are you playing Go for the Throat? Hey, okay. We got lots of damage. That's 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3. So that's 14 damage. He got the opponent to 2, assuming we can keep all our cards in hand. Take 4. Inspiring Vantage, I honestly think I'm going to hold that in my hand. Just in case they have like a Hopeless Nightmare. Because then we can hold on to our burn spells. And we don't... At this rate, I'm not sure we need another land drop. It might be a little psychotic. We'll find out though. And if they don't play the Hopeless Nightmare, it's fine. We will absolutely take 1 damage if it's just going to be 1 damage. If it's Kaido, that's whatever. Playing Kaido and Esper. I honestly didn't expect that, but Kaido is a good card. We can kill Kaido with the Boros Charm, but I think we're still just on the smack the opponent in the face plan.
Information is its own weapon.
Hopefully they don't find a Hopeless Nightmare off of these. Both those into the grave. Okay. We're just gonna Boros Charm your face. Down to 8. So we need 1 more burn spell. Okay, we can play the Inspiring Vantage so I can stop hitting myself in the face. We need to top deck 1 more burn spell and we can win. So the opponent is going to probably present a lot of damage. Gonna trigger the Scavenger. But I think we just race. Race and hope. Hope the opponent doesn't have counter spells. Do we see anything in their graves? We have... Looks like they're really tuned to have like verse creature deck, so hopeful. Get the lightning strike going.
My eyes are as sharp as my
Please no Hopeless Nightmares. They're so annoying. That's not a good sign. What a lame card, man. Alright. We just need a 1 damage burn spell off the top. Glad we were holding on to lands. 1 damage. Oh. And it's a win? I guess I gotta sequence these a little differently. If the opponent was gonna try and counter, like inclined to counter the first one, we would have gotten more damage through, but wow. What is happening? 6 and 1. Alright, you go first. Those words we do like to see. I feel like we've seen them a lot today. Yeah, this looks excellent, I think, for the most part. 3 lands is a little high, but just don't draw into 3 more. That's my gameplay tip is try to draw the right cards at the right times. Bolt Wave. We don't get Lightning Strike, but we get Lightning Strike at home. Or Lightning Bolt. Not Lightning Strike. We have Lightning Strike. We drew into a land. We already failed. Opponent duressing us anytime? No? Here's a Lightning Strike. Probably should have used the Helix. Lava Runner. It should have haste. Hit you for 2. Probably has a removal spell, if I had to guess. Yep. Alright, we gotta watch out for a bat coming down. With stinking 2 mana. Oh, sure. He can take all of our life total. I think we're just gonna go for the race. Okay, so we could play out the Screaming Nemesis. They probably block. And they take 2. And then they can't gain life. Or, alternatively, we wait till they swing in. They might play a big fat demon. And then we can play it next turn. Like, part of me doesn't want to play it out this turn. Though, there is the alternative reality where they play, they just hold up removal next turn. So it's 2 damage, the best we're going to get out of Screaming Nemesis. I'm going to pass, and we'll see if we can get the opponent to do something silly. Though, if they have the demon, we do just kind of die. Duress. I will burst lightning you. And then you get to see my nemesis. You want to hold back, or do you have the Bloodletter and you're just going to win next turn? I forgot about the Bloodletter combo. That could be a problem. I completely forgot about that, and that would have made me probably want to play out the Nemesis last turn, because then we can hold it up for like a blocker, potentially. Or just go in and gamble. Really don't want to see Bloodletter of Aklazotz if we can avoid it. That Burst Lightning would have been nice with the Nemesis, because we could have shot the Nemesis with it, and then stopped the opponent from ever gaining life. But I think we're pretty close to dying ourselves here, if they have the right sequence of cards. The reason I say we're close to dying is, if you're unfamiliar, the Slasher makes it so we lose half our life rounded up when they connect. And then there's a card in Standard that makes it so if the opponent loses life, they lose double that amount of life. And so it just one-shot kills people. We're gonna make a demon next turn. Man, I really wish I had that burst lightning so I could stop them from, because they can just pay the ritual chamber and then you can start gaining 2 life each end step. I mean, I think we just don't live afraid. We just believe and make it happen. I think that's kind of what you have to do with this deck. And yeah, that's gonna just kill us. 6-2. I think I should have won that last match. If I just ran out the Screaming Nemesis sooner, we would have probably gotten 3 damage in if the opponent didn't block, which I think they wouldn't have been inclined to, and it would have stopped them from ever gaining life otherwise. And then they would already be down to like the 4 life, so that we could well, we could have potentially, they ended at 4 life and we had a Boros Charm in hand and we didn't have the mana to cast it because we played out our creature a turn later. So this hand looks good. It's gonna be hard to get the Lavarunner to haste in, but we have white mana to cast our spells, which is kind of nice. We just need to, 3 lands is a little high. Well, it's not high, but it's, if we top deck into more lands, it's gonna get pretty annoying. We'll just hold up another spell here, or hold up a spell. Really don't like running out the Lavarunner without haste. It just doesn't feel worth. We can Helix into Lavarunner next turn and then try and save our Nemesis from being targeted with removal. Though we are putting ourselves in a position to get discarded pretty hard if the opponent's playing like Dimir bounce with Hopeless Nightmare, but it looks like they might be playing more Dimir mid-rangey-esque. So more centered around this town ain't big. Well, actually, that would still suck. I don't know, they just haven't found their spell, and we'll take that. We will take that. They have not found this town ain't, well, the nowhere to run is what I'm trying to talk about. Okay, Kaido is going to be coming down soon. We got a Screaming Nemesis to try and deal with it. One's holding one back. It's probably going to Ninjutsu in Kaido. We could stop it if we wanted to, but I think, again, we're a deck that races. We might not do a good job of it always, but We race. I could get rid of the blocker, and then we can swing in with Screaming Nemesis for free, but that puts us down to just straight up Screaming Nemesis. But it does mean that we can connect and bring them down to 9. We can't target Kaido on their turn. We just bolt their face and bring them down to 9, and Fairy I feel like is going to be a problem, but I think we just go face. Helix is nice. We could get rid of the Kaido. We can tap down the Nemesis otherwise, but they're probably just going to kill the Nemesis anyways. I don't know. We'll swing face. Try and make it happen. Deck has a lot of reach. We're like 20 or 1/3 burn spells, 1/3 land, and 1/3 creatures. So, well, actually, slightly more than 1/3 burn spells and slightly less than 1/3 creatures. Ninjutsu in a Kaido off of their Kaido. Very cool.
Don't worry, Pom-Pom-chan. I've got this.
Opponent could be holding up a counterspell, which would be annoying. I don't know why my game is freaking out. They can just eternally tap stuff down, which is a little annoying. So we could get rid of one Kaido, but then they can just ninjutsu off of the other thing. I think we hold on to the Vantage, we just bolt their face. When it taps out, we can just helix them. I don't really want to play into a counterspell if they have like a spell stutter, because they are playing Bloom Trick, so they could have like a fairy counterspell. Would be one thought. Ninjutsu in.
I learned something in slim chances just make.
If they go for the card draw, we'll helix in response, I think, though. Alright, well, we're gonna go for it. This is so disgusting. Just Kaido into Kaido into Kaido. They have the spell. They do have the spell stutter. That's so annoying. Boros Charm off the top wins. That's not Boros Charm off the top. Well, we don't need to really protect our hand, because if we get it, we're just gonna send it at this point, so we can run out the land. Tried to play around the spell stutter to some degree, but I just felt like we needed to run out the spell. Get their emblem so they can start doing more damage while they stun down something every single turn. They do need to dig for counter spells though, at the same time, I feel like.
Your tech is wicked. I love a dramatic entrance. Control the fight.
They don't have enough mana for like a... Or they don't have enough creatures for the spell stutter to actually be like enough to hard counter this, so they would need a hard counter, and GG. Alright, let's take a look at our rewards. 7 and 2. That is better than I thought would happen, you know? I think we got lucky, but maybe I got better at playing the deck, or maybe I ran into more casuals. I don't know. I don't know what to say, but let's take a look at our packs. 3 packs, 500 gems, and a play-in point. I don't know off the top of my head what a play-in point is used for. 20 play-in points to enter a qualifier event. Okay. We get Chandra Flame Shaper, Giada Font of Hope, and Swiftblade Vindicator. This card has so many keywords, but at the same time, why do you need this many keywords when you can just slap them onto them with the mice creatures? But anyways, that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'm still kind of baffled by the results, but hey, it worked out. So I'm regardless, I'm happy. You know, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to not miss out on future standard event Saturdays. Words are hard. And you know, take care of yourself. Have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Ciao.